Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, I am in the middle of watching this ridiculously hilarious show, but at the same time, it feels like they're doing such a good job of giving us explanations as to why certain aspects are popping up. And all flags lead to doom is hilarious. Not only is it hilarious, the storytelling is very, very well done. Um, it's funny how some people brought to my attention, like all the other shows that pretty much have been like this, and just how much better this one is comparatively. Because not only does this show have quite a bit of a better spin on the overall, you know, trove of someone being reincarnated in some way, shape, or form, or just being reborn or whatever. This is probably one of the better shows to do it just because of how much stuff they're actually putting forward. Not only are they giving us this really good, well done story, they're going into detail as to the backstories of characters that might not seem that important to others. And if you do care for these characters, you already have a good understanding what they've been going through, why they've been suffering, and just probably why they're going to continue to suffer more, or if their situations are going to get better, who is it all thanks to? And we quickly find out who is going to be thanked for making everybody's life a little bit better. And I think that's the cool part of this show is knowing that you're going to be in a situation that might turn out to be like very, very, very bad for you. You still, for some reason, go out of your way to make it so someone else can live a better life, even if that means that person's going to be able to take stuff from you, still just going out of their way to make them enjoy their time. So it's crazy to think that someone who knows their life's in jeopardy, or at least not even their life fully, like there's only so many instances where her doom flag leads to her actually dying. But like I've been saying to people, or like people have been explaining to me, um, this was something that, like, this is set in stone. Like, no one can actually change her outcome of what's going to happen. So, for her to still be taking people's roles, like, for instance, if I was supposed to show up and save some girl and someone else popped up before me and does it, then I'm gonna be pretty mad. No, then you kind of get an understanding of why she's doing it, but at the same time, instead of her being that way, she pretty much is just doing it out of the kindness of her heart, or she's doing it without even thinking. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure if she had better magic, she probably would have used it in the situation where she goes and helps Campbell. And instead of using like a ridiculous, powerful thing, she just really just goes out of her way to pull up the ground by a tiny bit, and that tiny bit was enough to knock this girl off balance. And I thought that was hilarious, but at the same time, it just goes to show how much different uh, different things she's kind of canceling out. Every time she's pretty much gone to do something or help someone, it was practically supposed to be done by someone else. So I am mostly just interested, excuse me, I'm mostly just interested in what they're going to continue to do. What are they going to bring to the forefront if um, if we already have like a pretty decent idea as to who was supposed to be doing these things, and since they're not doing them, what do the others get to do, right? Like, what are they even capable of doing at this point if all the things our main character is doing is kind of taking their roles? Like, where does the alternate stuff come into play? Because supposedly none of this stuff was supposed to happen this way, and since it is, what happens next, right? So that's kind of my enjoyment of this show when it comes down to she's doing things that probably shouldn't be done, and because she's doing them, she also doesn't really care for the other people that are trying to hurt or talk down to anyone that she likes. So she's pretty much jumping in on instincts to just protect or make sure these people are taken care of in general, because that's just who she is, how she is. And that's another reason why I appreciate her character, but at the same time, she's still unique. She's a royal or a noble that pretty much doesn't have to do anything she's doing right now. In the case of, she doesn't need to be gardening. She doesn't really need to be making any friends if she doesn't want to. You could, when you're a noble, you could do whatever you want as long as you continue to be who you are, or hold yourself to a higher standard than other commoners and all that stuff. You usually will make it out. And her knowing as much as she does about the game, it's almost like she's subconsciously doing these things in hope of switching stuff up. But I'm just saying off of what I've seen so far. I honestly don't know if that is the case, but it does feel like it though, right? Like, it actually feels kind of like that's what they're going for overall. So now that we've seen quite a bit of what they can do, I honestly think we're going to be seeing more and more of these other characters now, instead of just what we've been seeing for a little bit here. We haven't really seen any of these characters go as far as giving us an explanation as to why they they're going to be much different than they're supposed to. Like, for instance, when our main girl asked them, what do you guys like? Like, what is it that you guys care for? Or yeah, that's all she asks is, what do you guys like? And she's like, I like you. Like, I'm very fond of you. Like, that's not what I had in mind, but that's fine. So, like I said, the show is supposedly supposed to be, or not the show, but the overall narrative of the story is supposed to be set in stone, and the thing she keeps doing is breaking that order, and making it very clear that she don't care about no set in stone crap. She just wants to be friends with whoever she wants to be friends with, and if it just so happens to be you, she's gonna go out of her way to make sure that's possible. And that's another reason why I kind of like this character, and I also want to see what's going to happen at the end of the day, because no one in her world has a good idea of who or what she's like knows and where she's come from. So it's going to make it that much funnier when she keeps needing to make up excuses and reasons why she knows, for instance, their real names, and or stuff, like, why is she so comfortable calling them certain names, or why is she sticking her neck out for people that may have not have ever stuck their neck out for her, but now that she's done it, they're probably always trying to stick their neck out for her. So it's this really cool, overall, like, appreciated uh, notion by all of them that because they're being treated so kindly by her, they get to understand that, yeah, you're nobles and you have all this stuff going for you, but you can also be courteous. You can also have a good relationship with people and not just use them or think that you have to put on a front if you don't even like the people, you know. So it just goes to show you that our girl is truly like making a way for herself, so to speak. And anybody who wants to fight or wants to do bad things to her friends, I wouldn't recommend it, right? Like, I would honestly not recommend you try to go against her and the people she cares about because it won't end well. She has a very, very good way of getting other girls off of her friends, but we haven't seen her have to deal with any guys. So I think that will be another funny situation where she's going to pretty much have to just handle a situation that she probably won't even know exists until she's in it, you know, because she's one of those people that are going to react first and then talk about it second, in my opinion. So we'll see how all this turns out. I truly hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I definitely am looking forward to seeing more of the show. And I hope you guys are as well. So, with that being said, take care and peace.